this will be the February Valentine's Day reading for Pisces 2017. I decided to flip in a love, sex, and romance reading in between here in the seasons. So we'll see if this works out for anybody. Hopefully we'll give them some tips in the romance area. So here we go for Pisces. Your immediate present is the Empress card. I'm getting a feeling here of the feminines. I'm getting a feeling that they are really maybe in their single mode and kind of enjoying it and kind of playing a little bit of seductress, maybe even. Getting an energy of just kind of sexuality, sensuality. Either a lot of these Pisces are coming into their sexual power or feeling it or have an occasion to go with it. Of course, you know, February. Then maybe they have a special someone that they're leaning towards that they're just going to kind of lay off all those energies on. So the Empress really feeling, I mean, there may be some people that are pregnant and just enjoying that and just, you know, being at peace with that. And getting a feeling of being at peace and also being in your sensuality. So feeling sensual and being at peace, which is a really great place to be in the romance sector. What is crossing you or a challenge is the Hanged Man. So there may be something that's going on with these Pisces where something is in limbo. Maybe a romance is in limbo. Maybe you are taking a break from romance to feel out within yourself, feel everything that you have in your own way, you know, without a partner. So it may be just tipping into these singles that are kind of just feeling their way, you know, they're feeling okay. So the challenge may be to just take that time and absorb it into yourself. Or, you know, like there's some kind of frustration with this timing. There's some kind of frustration with the, I think it has to do with not having, maybe not having what you want in a partner, not having a partner period, being single and wanting that, and maybe, you know, feeling the frustration of that coming Valentine's Day. Some people feel it more than they want to admit. So that kind of thing, it seems to be a challenge to hang with something hanging in the air. And I can't really even say what that is. Just other than being without a partner or maybe without sex, period. So that's the challenge, is to kind of go through this time and know that it's not going to happen. Or if it does, you're just feeling it. But it's like there's no engagement there. So what is on your mind? I got the Nine of Cups. And that's really a card of kind of getting to know one another, but on a deeper level of, you know, you give to me. I want to take, I want to feel. So one of the partners, you know, if you're partnered up, it's almost like one person is going, okay, I want to, you know, I want to delve into this. I want to feel and absorb everything. So really what the last person, the Aquarius's card, came out with was like trying to enjoy things. It's almost like, yeah, this is the physical mode to do it. So what's on your mind basically is really going out there and getting and absorbing some intimacy, getting to know somebody, someone, and just indulging in that. So that's really what's on your mode, and it's flooding the reading. So the energy that's passing away is the Queen of Pentacles, and that's it's interesting because it's really flowing here from the last reading of Aquarius. We had this near the end. And it's basically paying attention to things, but not intimacy, is not your partner, is not what you're paying attention to. So it's almost like, you know, your mind is on work or other things. So with that energy passing away, it's like, okay, now we're going to focus on the intimacy, the physical values of love, sex, and romance, all of that. So that's kind of a good card to have in that area. In your near future is the Five of Wands. So this is really about a couple. The Five of Wands is an interesting card here. It shows a couple, and they're making out, and this guy's like lurking, and it's almost like you may have an admirer or someone that is from afar that is wondering, you know, what would it be like to be with her? What is going on there? In the meantime, there's a couple going on. So you're either that person that's lurking and going, I wish I had that, or you're in a partnered relationship and someone is coming about you in that way. Is kind of looking like, I wonder what it'd be like to be with her or him, you know, or what that would be like. So be aware that there's kind of a third party that's of interest in that way, kind of wondering how things would be in that way. So that kind of an energy. And then as you go to your distant future, you have the Four of Wands, which is a great card. It's basically the card of happy lovemaking, you know, fun, and they're very comfortable with each other. They're on the swinging away. You know, I don't think it goes that far into the metaphors, but I think it's more on the solid base of a relationship and being grounded in that. Like I feel like that tree means they're grounded in their relationship and they're just having fun and they don't care, you know, they're just really into it. So it's fun, sex, good, love, all of that. It's in that way. So that is a good card to have in your near future. It's really having good sex and enjoying it as well. As we go along the path, here we have the Eight of Wands, which is another good card. I mean, this is a good card. It's feeding into each other's passions. It's taking the time to, you know, to make that person feel good and being in the moment, in that moment where you're indulging in all of those things. That is the Eight of Wands. That's just, I mean, they got fruit, grapes, and, you know, they're just enjoying each other's bodies, and it's just pure bliss in that way. So that is a good card. And it absolutely comes into a great area with the Four of Wands. And then it leads into the Three of Cups, which is, you know, it's kind of like leading into, this is interesting as it goes here. It's like, okay, we've got the happy love card, and then the indulging, and so it's almost like getting together, and then and indulging in the senses. And then we've got here, as Three of Cups is like, okay, we're starting to overload here. We're starting to get, you know, he's got his grips on her. And, I mean, enjoyment, there's for sure. But beware of crossing that line. And then the next card is the Knave of Pentacles. And it's like, yeah, overindulging. Overindulging and overstimulating. And, I mean, of course, it's sex, right? So it's almost like there's a line here where we can go on to sexual addictions, get into an area of loving it so much that that's all we're doing, or being into it, or having a partner that's so into it that's all that's happening. And yeah, it's interesting with the Cups and then the Pentacles, Wands and Wands. Okay, so yeah, a lot of fiery energy and just indulging. Absolutely. The end result card is the Six of Swords. So again, like, I'm going off instinct here. I had this in the last reading, but I'm getting a sense too that this one is almost like there's a distancing. It's almost like you just get so much, and then it's like it you know, it's starting to back off. Like, that's really, you know, to me, this card reads like, yeah, you know, we can have this physical thing, but it's almost like there's I don't know, I just get an essence of distancing. So it's like there's a little bit of, you know, because she's looking off, almost like I'm not enjoying this anymore. Maybe too much. I don't know what it is. But, so be aware. It's almost like there's a big wave here of indulging and going through the process, and then just kind of coming out, you know, in a bit of a mode where you're just not all that. So this is interesting little path these Pisces have got for February. Yeah, I'm feeling like they're really in a mode where they're falling into and letting themselves get into the passionate side of things in that area. But it's almost like it's going to wean. It's really going to hit a crescendo and then wean off a little bit. And I'm telling you, this is for everything. I'm not getting too many scenarios for saying it's basically the whole thing. And you may have a person from the outside that's kind of, I don't know, interested, but wondering, what is that like? What is that like? And maybe just envious of the relationship period, or it may be that they are just envious, you know. But yeah, a lot of good sex going on. And a lot of good appreciation for the other person physically. Am I feeling that? But also feeling it waning near the end of the month, I guess. Because if we're going from February, I'm thinking, Valentine's Day would probably be in the peak here somewhere. And then near the end of the month, it's almost like either the mode wears off or there's some distancing going on there. But anyway, I'll clarify here with the Whispers of Love card. And what I get is, show simple acts of kindness. Simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. So you may have a scenario here where we have like some singles that are dating, and they get into the passion, the love, and then maybe they kind of back off a bit, not feeling that they want to put any effort into it. And so this is the kind of the amp up card, is like, yeah, maybe that's the reason that we got some distancing in the end there. It's because the little things are not being held up, and maybe in through this process here, we got it's kind of like getting to know and, bringing everything together and the good sex and all of that. And then it starts to wean off. So that's probably around the time that one or both are not quite paying as much attention to the little things, diving into the little things, getting caught up in the real world of work and bills and stuff like that. I'm not saying bills, but work and other things that are stimulating them, and not putting all that energy in there. I don't see the Devil card anywhere or get that kind of sense of feeling. So that may be a little bit of it is indulging so much and then backing off to get balance. Because, and you know what, I'm going to flip another card. Oh, yeah. So, this is interesting. I flipped another card. Don't ask me why. And I get the Ace of Swords. So that's really backing off, because this person is wanting to go forward, but just maybe hesitant in the ways of what they want to do. I mean, there's that one little pin in there. So there's a little bit of heartbreak that this person has gone through, but yet they're willing to kind of, indulge. So it seems like Three of Swords. Yeah, breaking of a tie. So it seems like there may be something coming in here that may be fateful in some way, that you need, you need to process. Maybe a little bit of lovemaking, a little bit of physical interaction that needs to happen to give you confidence, esteem in a physical sort of way. Somebody that really is in tune with you and your body. You're in tune with them and their body, and that just gives you some kind of confidence. Almost like there's a bit of a learning process here. And then I get like the Nine of Pentacles is like he's clipping, like obsession a little bit, but at the same time it's like a process that just needs to happen, I'm feeling. So it's a good process, good good meaty stuff for these Pisces, and hopefully they'll enjoy that as they go forward. Just watch for the path of obsession. There may be people that are obsessed with you, or you are obsessed with them. So be aware of that and try and keep that in balance. It seems like it's going to kind of go in that direction no matter what. You're just going to get obsessed by it. You're just going to be in it. And then the Three of Wands is showing like just really having some kind of a, I don't want to say fateful or karmic, but something, some kind of a ribbon needs to be burnt here through one of these relationships. And I'm feeling like if you're single or in a dating situation, that kind of a thing, it's someone that needs to come through you to prepare you for the next. That's really what I'm getting. So that is what will happen. You will get that person that is meant to come in, and they will give you what you need. And I feel it's on a physical sense. I feel it's physical acceptance. I think these Pisces are really kind of maybe flippant in the way that they're thinking about self-confidence, not really realizing where they lie within that. And I feel like it's just fated that they're going to come across someone that's really going to make them see clearer where they stand within their own sense of who they are. It's hard to say it, what I'm getting. But really, it's like the Pisces are sitting there going, they're having a low sense of self-worth and they don't realize it. That's what's going on. And then they have someone come in and give them their self-worth, but they didn't know they didn't have it. That kind of a thing. And it's all in the physical, sexual kind of area. So it's like there's a little bit of a crux that's got to happen there within that physical side. And don't be scared to show those simple things, to give the simple things. Again, being in the moment is the trend, I think. Especially through February. I mean, you know, Valentine's Day, a lot of people get nervous, antsy around that time. They want to break up or get another lover or whatever. And it's like, no, man, you just enjoy what you got right now and just be in the moment. And I think that's really the key here, because there's a lot of good moments for these Pisces coming up. A lot of sexual satisfaction. That's really what it comes down to. But just watch, because it's going to go, it can have the capacity to go in a obsessive direction, whether it's you obsessing over someone else or someone else obsessing, or both. You know, that it's just, it becomes so much of a thing, you just haven't got no room for nothing else but sex. That's it, you know. And yeah, that's great and all, but life's got to go on in, you know, in another way. So be aware of that. That may be just a phase, that may be just a February thing, I don't know, but that's what I'm picking up. So for you Pisces, for February, for Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, I think there's some lessons that need to be learned here through a lot of the singles, and the ones that are paired up, it's just going to be a phase of really getting into some good grounded, maybe even raunchy sex, you know, like getting into some good stuff here. And it's just slowly bleeds into a good area of just all out enjoyment. And I mean, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going into spring. So it's all good. It's all really good. Just beware that of the obsession, I think, is really, and I think a little bit of backing off there in the end, but it's just the simple things, the little things. Keep up with the little things and you'll be fine. Happy February. Happy Valentine's Day. Take care, be kind, and have fun.